on TSM's victory.
Thank you very much, Riv. Great TriCast on the day. I'm here with Zyrene to do a Duo Telestrator segment about that game, of course. And early first blood aside, I think it was a bit of a slower game for the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and then TSM started playing towards their composition's strengths, realizing that CLG can't really fight them in choke points, and also had a really good siege composition. Azir's going to knock down turrets, place his own. Tristana's going to knock down turrets. Alistar's going to help you dive turrets and disengage. So TSM all around were playing to their win conditions a lot better than CLG were. So we have a clip here. It's going to be one of those wombo combos that happened in the fight, really just turning the game around. We're actually accelerating the game, not turning it around. Yep. But the big thing here is Zion Spartan is top lane. He is not anywhere close to this fight. He has TP, but it's going to bust out so quickly that he can't actually make it here in time. So TSM, there's already pings on the minimap of go here. This is where we are going in. So as we roll this clip out, you see Lustboy sweeps it. He gets hooked, but this is what's going to happen. He's immediately going to pop his ultimate, break the chain, flash the wall, and he's going to go for the deepest target because this is where they're going to go. He's not going to hit Afromu. He's going to go for Pobelter to get the biggest knockup possible. You're going to see Equalizer come out from Dyrus here across this area, and you're going to see Bjergsen throw himself this way and do damage from here in the fight. This is just going to be also Santorin jumps over the wall, and everybody's basically diving Kog'Maw. This is the ideal get the AP Kog'Maw. We see so many games where an AP Kog'Maw will just take over the game because he's left unchecked. This is not an AP Kog'Maw being left unchecked. You're going to see it right here as we roll this clip out, how TSM orchestrates it. Immediate ultimate from Alistar, get Pobelter, goes a little bit further, but they knock him up into it, and it's just clean up from there. They get 2 kills immediately. Bjergsen goes up into the side and eventually gets double lift, but this leaves CLG mangled, and they're able to pick up a Baron off the back of it, and TSM close it out from there.
Yeah, Baron buff, siege comp. How hard could it possibly be to close out the game, of course? Well executed by TSM. So grats, 2-0 on the split, 4-0 on the year. In fact, TSM crushing CLG for a very long time now. It's been good by them, but for now we've got more words from TSM members. We're going to send it down to Dash on the analyst desk.
Thank you, gentlemen. I am joined by Santorin and Bjergsen. Santorin, I'm coming to you first. As they just mentioned, 4-0 on the year against CLG. But not only do you improve that record, you guys move into first place with that win. We'll see how Dignitas does later in the day. But moving into the back half of the split, that's got to feel pretty good to come out strong.
It feels really good because it definitely felt like we played way better than yesterday. Yesterday we were really indecisive and we didn't take the leads the way we should have. And I feel like this game we were more decisive and we went in every time we had a chance.
Well, you speak about being more decisive this game. But Bjergsen, after that first blood, we did see a relatively slow game for quite some time. The gold lead hovered around 1K. So at what point did you guys feel comfortable or feel like you had the power in your composition to kind of move forward into that win?
It was really about finding a place to fight and a reason to fight, because CLG was giving up pretty much everything, like dragons, apart from the second or third dragon, they were just playing very safe and just giving up pretty much turrets and dragons. So we were just constantly looking for where are we going to fight. And we did mess up the first fight that they actually gave us an opportunity to fight, but as soon as they gave us the second one, that's where we went in and really got stuff done.
When you talk about looking for fights, I kind of want to jump into Champion Select to look at the picks that you guys went for. Alistar has been a high priority, both pick and ban for teams across the world. You know, how important is it to secure a champion like that in terms of being able to pick the fights you want? Because we saw multiple times Lustboy going in and the fight not being there, but only losing him or him being able to tank up enough. And then we saw huge initiations like the one that the guys just went through, and how Alistar is basically the setup for that.
One of our really common blind picks is Azir, and one of the very common counter picks is Kog'Maw. And Alistar does very well against Kog'Maw, like you show just in the fight. You can just dive onto Kog'Maw, you can flank Kog'Maw, you can tower dive Kog'Maw. There's a lot of things you can do with Alistar that's very good against that. So with all the really strong champions that people usually pick, like Kalista, Gragas, were all gone, then Alistar was definitely at the top of our pool.
Now, along with the Alistar, you had the J4 that was able to follow up quite nicely with the Cataclysms. A little curious as to why you think there's so much focus on jungler bans, especially today. We've seen Echo, Gragas, and Rek'Sai fall away very quickly, and people are being relegated to J4 and Lee Sin.
So for Gragas is definitely the highest priority pick, and that's also why every purple side team bans Gragas. And we just ban Echo, Rek'Sai because we feel like those champions that they can play well, the teams we played this week, and banning those away puts us into a spot where we can play stuff like Jarvan, and we know that Jarvan is really good against Kog'Maw with Azir and stuff like that. So we just ban the champions that we feel like will be able to shut down our comp, and then we just play our.
Now, after this game, we already said you felt like you played a lot more decisively today, and that does, boast, well for you guys when we move into the latter half of the split. Bjergsen, what would be your largest criticism of the team as of right now, and what you need to improve with these last 8 games?
Well, it's a lot like the problem we had last year in the summer split, where we are doing very well in scrims and we're ending games very fast, like 30-something minutes. But then when we get on the stage, we take 45 minutes, 50 minutes to really end the game, and we have the same kind of lead. It's just about how we're pushing it. In scrims, the other teams, when they're behind, they still look for plays and they still try to do things. But on stage, people play very conservative. They like to hug towers and just play very safe and look for that super scaling. So we need to be translating like the way we're ending games, really, and I think that's the biggest problem for us.
Santorin, how would you say you go about fixing that, right? We need to be more decisive, but where does that start? Is that with the individual? Is that with the team mindset?
So we've decided to pick up more aggressive junglers because we want to be able to end games. So we're going to play more aggressive style, where I'm also going to be playing more aggressive than we used to do. And that's just to know that when we can take the lead and how far we can push the lead. So right now in scrims, we're mainly like practicing stuff where we maybe lose scrims because we're like trying to abuse the lead too much. But then we like slowly realize like how much can we abuse the lead.
Something we noticed from regions like China is that they play very aggressive and they're very willing to do things like tower diving when they're ahead. So NA is like a very passive region, so we've tried to upscale it where every time we see an opportunity where we kind of think we can dive, maybe it's a 50-50, we'll go for the dive in the scrim just to see if it'll work. And then we kind of downscale from the aggression. And that's how we're going to learn to end game faster and push our lead as hard as we can.
Look forward to seeing that aggression manifest in future games. Once again, congratulations, guys, on a huge victory against another top team there in CLG, moving yourselves ahead to that first place slot. Now, there's still a ton of action left to cover, and it continues with the new lineup for TDK challenging one of the top dogs, Team Dignitas. We'll be right back.
You feel good?
I feel good.
I'm feeling good. You feel good?
Yeah,
so Troy, nice. You feeling good?
I feel okay.
You feel? Shut. Oh, you feel good?
Really good.
Smithy. Oh, going to pulverize Smithy. He went down first yesterday. He goes down first again.
Look here. I'm on Afro. Nice.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Really
Go back.
The turret now. Bjergsen in. Back and forth. Ping pong with Pole Belter. And rather ping pong with double lift. He goes down. So is the pressure. He dunks Zion Spartan out of midair. Santorin coming big on the jogging plays lately. Team solo mid. 2-0 over Counter Logic Gaming for the summer in the NA LCS.